Big week in hip hop, y'all. Chance is back. Ye just launched a meme coin, but it exploded. Drake is still stirring controversy, this time over Tory Lanez. And we'll also cover the surprising verdict in the Young Dolph case. All these will be the 4 topics that will be covered in this video. Hope you guys will be having a good time. I'm Mike Lanez. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like honest hip hop news with context, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Quick rundown of today's show. First, I will break down Chance the Rapper's new album rollout and what it means for his career. Then a full look at YZY coin, why it pumped, why people are worried. Next, Drake pushing for Tory Lanez and the fallout. And finally, what the latest Young Dolph acquittal actually means for justice and the community. Save your hot takes for the comments. I'll read the best ones in our pinned comments, and surely I might give you guys a reply. As I had said in my introduction, we have a new album from Chance the Rapper. The album is called Starline. We see a Chance the Rapper balancing a gospel-rooted theme with chopper, social commentary, and also a production that leans less on trap and has an instrumentation that's kinda layered by horns, choirs, and real drums, which fits his move into more reflective territory. I will want to kinda emphasize on this because like what we had gotten on his latest album, bro, like it was kinda a more trap album, you know. During that time in 2019, trap was at its highest. Everybody that was dropping music, it was trap. And you know, Chance tried to do that, but the album that he dropped was really mid. Not to say bad, bro. Okay, I will say bad because the album was bad. There was a song called Hot Shower, the Hot Shower. The Hot Shower song was bad, bro. You know, it was bad. Like, people were just mocking it, you know, making memes and all those things. So it was crazy, man. You know, myself, I didn't enjoy the song like that. But, like, given I'm a Kanye fan and Chance himself is a Kanye fan, you know, you can tell all the inspiration is from Kanye. Like, this boy, there is nothing. He didn't pump from Kanye, bro. Like, he pumped most of his inspiration from Kanye. But that's not a problem. That's actually like, you know, to show that the boy actually has the ear to know if something is good or not. So him dropping something like Big Day, bro, you know, it was a deception. But with this new album, I will say, like, really is coming with the redemption. Like, it's a really nice album to redeem himself in this hip-hop community. And I think, yeah, I think he has delivered. Yeah, so big up to my man's Chance, and I hope he keeps up this way. The other thing I had forgotten to cover was this Big Day album, you know, this Big Day album they had made in 2019. It was about his wife, but you know, he's no longer with his wife. They are separated now, and you know, there are some even videos that linked afterwards of Chance enjoying his best life with some other ladies back in Ghana, you know, like. And you know, in his album, he was there talking about love, how he loves his wife and all that, you know, and then seeing him, you know, just few years after him living his best life, divorce and all that, it just, I don't know, man. I just wanted to leave this one out there, just for you people to know. And for those ones that knew, good for you guys. If you know, you know, yeah. So my last take on this album will be it's an album that won't please every fan, but it's a natural next step for Chance the Rapper, since it shows a more grown, a more civic Chance the Rapper. And also when it comes to lyricism and substance over trend chasing, this one's for any Chance the Rapper, because this was his covering, his topic, his subject, his whatever, the things he used to be talking about most of the times in his songs. So I would say this is a Chance the Rapper that's going back to his roots, but that's also showing, you know, that he has grown, that he has matured, and also kinda tries to tackle every other thing that had happened in the past. You know, everything that has happened in his career. Yeah, he covers all that. So I would say this album does deserve to be given a spin. So guys, please go give it a spin and give a shout out to my man Chance the Rapper. The other news we're gonna cover is that the Kanye has, now known as Ye, has launched a meme coin. So the meme coin was launched, I think, last week. So just few minutes after its launch, the meme coin hit a multi-billion-dollar implied market cap, only to drop drastically hours later. High trading volume, huge volatility, a reminder of how quickly hype can move crypto markets when a major celebrity is involved. Look, this is not any different from any other celebrity trying to come in this crypto business. When I kind of heard it the first time, bro, look, man, I was hoping it wasn't going to end up like this, bro. But you see, people got finessed.
Kanye West, you fucking stole $185,000 from me. Fuck you. Fuck you, Kanye. Kanye West, I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. You're fucking racist. You're crazy. You fucking divorced the sexiest woman alive, Kanye West. What the fuck, Kanye West? Fuck you, Kanye West. Fuck you, Kanye West.
And I don't know if it's Kanye or people surrounding Kanye or like just people in his cycle make him do stupid decisions. But man, like I don't know who told him, bro, to enter this business. I remember back in the days, that time when he was on his, wearing some Klansman dress and all those things, when he was still, when Kanye was just throwing tantrums the normal way he been doing. I remember him talking about Jim Jones, introducing him to some guys that were in crypto business, I think, in crypto business. So, it's crazy, man, like knowing now what has happened. But like, yeah, it's sad, bro. And for a man that goes around saying that he be defending the people, he fights for the people, it's sad, bro. It's sad. But it is what it is, man. What can I say, bro? So the biggest red flag was that a large share of tokens appear to be held by the company. And this crypto thing that just happened with Kanye, I might say like it was kind of a surprise, but it wasn't a surprise, bro. We knew this thing was going to be a scam. So the big red flag was that the large share of these tokens were owned by the people who actually launched the coin, and that's actually what happened in most of the cases in this crypto business, in this crypto scam thing. You'll find these people launching these coins, you find they are the ones that be holding most of their coins. So when it's launching, it's at its highest. So they start selling, and the worth of that coin plummets totally, and they just make sure they have gotten rid of, if it's not the whole quantity of coins they have, at least the majority of them coins, they have gotten rid of them. So that's, you see, it's like it's a scheme, bro. It's a scheme. And I don't know who got Kanye to get involved into this type of things, bro, but it's crazy. I will say, like, I don't know what Kanye has been doing, like, for real, ever since, I will say, those Durant and all those things he had been doing ever since last year, I will say, like, man, bro, this guy got me tired. Sometimes he be saying things that are right. Other times, he's wrong, bro. If you guys want me to kinda go and do a whole video on Kanye's rant and give my personal take on his behavior, please guys, say it in the comment. I will check, and yeah, I might make a video, who knows. So as we know, bro, Drake does love arguing with people, bro. Actually, he just likes beefing with people, bro. I'm not gonna start talking about the beefs that Drake done having in his career, but like, bro, Drake does have crazy beefs, bro. He has so many beefs, and like, he be beefing with the most random people, bro. Last time he was beefing with some politician from Canada, bro. You know, he just called him a goof. And he posted the thing on his Instagram, you know. That's crazy, bro. So the thing that happened is Markman posted a clip, an old clip of an interview he had done with Tory Lanez. That small clip, you can see Tory Lanez rapping, right? He's rapping Lil Wayne's lyrics, right? Markman doesn't remember, you know, a part of that. So he kind of like forgets, or he doesn't know how, he can't finish the line, he can't finish the verse. So here's the issue to finish the verse, and you know, it was just a short clip he just posted, bro. It's Markman that posted it, you know. So Markman posted, "When I'm tired." He did that. He posted the clip, right? So Drake came and posted, you know, he wrote a comment under that video. He said, "No surprise that a goof like Markman can't finish them verses," you know, like, and bro, Markman, he tried to keep it cool. He just said, "Yeah, keep calling me names. If I start calling you names, nigga, you will start suing," which is what Drake did in this beef that just ended with Kendrick, bro. The guy just said to go and, you know, sue. Bro, now they're in court. He's even suing his old label. Okay, his current label even. But like, I don't think he's gonna stay in UMG for much longer, you know? So it's crazy, man. Like, bro, Drake, look. Drake, he's someone that I would say he's petty, bro. And he does admit that, bro. He does agree that he's a petty person. Being petty is one, bro. But then, like, you know, this feud, this issue that been happening, bro, all these things stems from that battle, you know. And I'm not gonna say just from the battle. It's actually, it stems from just Drake's career, you know, like from the moment he entered into hip hop, bro. Like, he was never really accepted, bro. Let's be real. I think he feels like he was never accepted. So, you know, by these kind of old heads like Markman, I'm not gonna say Markman, oh, he's an old head, bro. He's an old head. So like Joe Biden, like these guys who are leaning more on the racism, right? Okay. So Drake feels like that part of hip hop has never respected him. That's why even he tried to come with what was the name of the tape, bro? If you're reading this, it's too late, bro. That's why he tried to come up with that one. That tape, he was just rapping, bro, even though it was mainly ghostwritten by my guy, what was his name, bro? Quentin Miller. I don't know if you guys do know about Quentin Miller. He's the one that been, you know, writing for Drake. Actually, he wrote most of the album, bro. So when it got exposed, you know, it was crazy anyway. So as I was saying, bro, Drake feels like he was never accepted. So I think he just comes after any of these guys, bro. He just feels some type of way, man. I could have even shown that time, bro, when he was beefing with Biden, you know, Joe Biden. So, bro, he been beefing with these guys. And after the beef, I think now it's like he's just openly, bro, you know, in war with these guys, bro. He's just openly, you know, like he will just be beefing with these guys, bro. He's openly beefing with these old heads, I will say. So, and man, for 1 minute I can try to understand Drake, but the other minute, really, there is nothing, bro. You can really try to come and try to kind of defend in this case. Because, bro, Markman just posted the clip, right? He just posted the clip. That's it. You don't need to come and start insulting people, bro. Calling them names, my nigga. Like, why do you need to be doing that, Drake? Like, bro, Drake is a big superstar. He gives everybody content. People be talking about him. He makes people money. He makes himself money. So, like, for a person like him, bro, he should just be chilling. Not trying to be beefing with every YouTuber, every guy that's hating on him, you know? Like, bro, just behave like your age, my nigga.
And in Tennessee, it is day 2 of a trial for the 4th defendant charged in the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph. Prosecutors say Hernandez Govan was the mastermind behind the fatal shooting that killed the beloved rapper. The lead investigator of the case took the stand today, and while on cross, the defense attorney pointed out holes in the investigation, including police failing to ever interview another suspect named Juke, who was one of the defendants said was actually the mastermind.
If Cornelia Smith and Angela Arnold had repeatedly told you all that Juke was the one that was calling the shots, I think even in your report you guys said Juke's the mastermind. That would cause you to go interview Juke because that's an important piece of information, right?
During the investigation, yes.
Right. But as a lead detective, at no point during the investigation did we attempt to talk to Juke.
We hadn't made it that far, no.
But clearly, Juke was a suspect in this case.
Yes.
But he was never followed up with at all by Memphis Police Department at any point in this investigation, even though he died 2.5 years later.
Not at the time, no.
For me, bro, when it comes to this case, I will say we do have 2 theories, right? There is one theory that was that the prosecutor followed, right? There is this theory that goes with CMG, right? Yogoti from CMG. He was the one beefing with young Dolph, right? They had been beefing, you know. Dolph slept with Yogoti's baby mother, you know, and a back and forth started ever since then. So they've been beefing, bro. They even shot at young Dolph car, bro. I think 100 bullets. Yeah, crazy, bro. 100. And he even made a song on it. So it's crazy, bro. They were beefing like crazy. Look, personally, I'm a young Dolph fan. I always liked young Dolph, bro. I used to like how he used to be flossing, man. Bro, the way that guy used to be flossing, guys, please, if you want me to make a video just on young Dolph's floss or whatever lyrics that's related to floss, bro, I can do that. Please, guys, let me know. Because that boy had some fire, bro. So I was always on young Dolph's side. I'm not gonna say young Dolph's side, but musically I was more leaning on young Dolph's side, bro, for real. Because CMG now, I think, yeah, Gorilla has been dropping some nice shit. I'm not gonna deny. Yo Gotti, for me, was never really a good rapper, but he's a good businessman. And there is also Manny Begio, he be dropping sometimes some nice songs, other times not. But I'm not gonna say Manny Begio is my type of rap, bro. I kinda listen more to Kanye, Kid Cudi, Travis, you know, like that hip hop that kinda has a taste for production. That's what I would say. That's the type of rap I'd be loving to listen to, yeah. And it's not to say that CMG doesn't have nice producers, bro. Nah, that's not what I'm trying to say, bro. But you can compare, alright? You can compare Kanye's production and people from CMG. You know, you can't. Anyway, man, so young Dolph, he had been beefing, right? So the first theory is that it's Yogoti's brother who hired someone to hire people, you know, to shoot at young Dolph. And they said 100K was paid. So the issue is that wasn't verified in court, bro. That's why this guy was freed, you know. So there are apparently 3 alleged killers, right? There young Dolph. Some people think he might have been killed by Yogoti, namely Yogoti's brother who hired people, right? Through this Govan guy that got freed, right? So this Govan guy that got freed is the one that was being accused of hiring the 2 guys that went and shot young Dolph, right? And this Govan guy, he was associated with Big Joke. It was known, right? That's what the prosecutor was trying to come and explain or support. That was her point, right? But the jury didn't support it. They didn't feel like there was enough proofs for that. And even on top of that, one of those shooters, right, one of the co-defendant, Cornelius Smith, he was supposed to place this Hernandez guy, right? This Governor Hernandez, the alleged mastermind, right, in this Young Dolph case, right? Smith was supposed to say that though this Hernandez Governor was the one who hired Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson, the two alleged shooters, that hired them, but he didn't say that, right? That's why Govan was freed, bro. He was freed. So the other theory is that it's related to Young Dolph signed Big Unc, right? Or Unc. So this Unc used to be beefing with Trula. There was a guy called Trula who was also a rapper and used to be even fucking with Young Dolph back in the days. But the moment Young Dolph signed this Big Unc, you know, Unc started beefing, and Trula felt like now, you know, Dolph had kind of betrayed him because Dolph had now signed his enemy, you know, the opposition. Dolph, maybe that's why he might have been killed. That's what they are saying. So it's either Yogati's brother who connected to Hernandez Govan hired those two killers to go unalive Young Dolph. The theory is that it's actually Trula, right? Trula who had issue with Young Dolph because Young Dolph signed Big Unc. So Trula had his guys to go and unalive Young Dolph, right? So personally, I would say, bro, I think really CMG, okay, not CMG per se, but yes, CMG. I think Yogati or Yogati's brother got something to do with this. Me, I would say Yogati allegedly, right? Allegedly paid the killers, right? But the killers were from Trula set. Me, that's what I think, bro. Because even there are some guys on Reddit that also come to support this, bro. There are some guys that come to support this. They even say themselves. So personally, me, my theory is that yes, Trula, he delivered the soldiers, right? He came with the soldiers, and you got his brother. He came with the 100,000, bro. So Trula come with the true soldiers, and Big Joe he comes with the money. Simple as that, bro. That's what I think actually went down, man. But it's just a theory. You guys can tell me what you think about that theory in the comment. So it's crazy, man. Bro, this story is sad, bro. You know, at the end, these are black men killing each other, bro. And these guys, all of them had money. You know, they were all successful, bro. You know, instead of uniting, bro, they chose to start beefing and shooting each other, bro. And you see, from there, bro, we lost Young Dolph, who was really a big talent, bro, from Memphis. Bro, Young Dolph was a guy, bro. He put on Key Glock, now Key Glock, the one representing Pepper Root Empire. And, bro, guys, please, go give him some spin, bro. Like, go give him some force. Please support Young Dolph music. Young Dolph was the guy. And also, like, yeah, keep him in your prayers, guys, because he's crazy, man. And yeah, and guys, I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all take care.